What's up, guys? It's Monet here, and I'm so freaking excited because I have the best news to tell you guys today. I am doing a get ready with me to meet the Debbie Allen, and this is so surreal because I literally remember learning about her when I was like a kid. I remember my dad pulling up YouTube videos, doing a full length history lesson, and of course I've just seen her be this incredible icon, throughout the years as I've grown up, and I've always looked up to her, thought she was just incredible. And now today I am going to be moderating a discussion with her with my colleague Nina Lucas, and she was my professor at Wake Forest University. So this is just so surreal, and I just feel incredibly honored and blessed. I still can't believe this is actually happening, but I got 20 minutes to get ready. Don't ask me why I do this to myself literally every single time. Don't ask me, but we're gonna get ready. And yeah, because this is literally just so cool, and I'm again so grateful for this opportunity. And I've been practicing on what I'm gonna say. There is a script that we follow, and I don't know if I'm gonna deviate from that script. I have no idea, but basically just a little overview if you're not familiar with who Debbie Allen is, or you want to know more. She started off as a dancer on Broadway, off Broadway, then she got hired on the hit television series Fame, and that was about basically artists pursuing their dreams and their passions, and she played the teacher role, and that was a really hit show. And then she kind of moved on to directing after that, most notably she's executive producer for Grey's Anatomy, and she's just done so many things. So basically just a few things that she's directed: Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, Everyone Hates Chris, Everybody Hates Chris, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and literally so many other things. The list goes on and on. She directed Step Up High Water. I was just looking at this, I'm wow, I had no idea she directed all this. She also has a Hollywood star, and she's won so many Emmys. She's choreographed for the Oscars 10 times, and she's got a Tony Award, and also won a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress. So literally the list goes on. She is that girl. She is legendary. Also, she broke so many different barriers during her time, because first of all, she's a woman of color and also a woman, and to be in these high up spaces with execs and things like that, and directing, that in itself is so inspiring. Oh my god, I forgot to moisturize my face. Be back. But yeah, basically this is just such a surreal opportunity. I feel I'm gonna be up there on that stage just I can't believe this is actually happening. I've been looking forward to this for weeks now. I don't even know when I found out. I really don't even know when I found out, but I'm just literally just so excited just to meet her, to be in her brilliance, to be in her presence. I'm wow. But basically I first became introduced to Debbie Allen when I was 7 or 8 years old, and let me tell you the story, guys, because it's kind of hilarious. And I remember my mom taking me to ballet class, and this is first time I ever been to ballet, first time, 7 or 8, and she had put me in the wrong color tights, and I literally will never forget this, because I was I went in their room and I was oh my god, why do I look different? I look crazy, this is awkward. And the whole time I just felt uncomfortable, but obviously I still did my thing. But when I got home, I let my mom know, I let her know that I was standing out. I was whoa, why didn't you have me in the right color tights? And then maybe a couple months later, she got me this book. It's called Dancing in the Wings, and first of all, the artwork in this book was just beautiful. I would stare at the pictures. It was my favorite book. It was about this dancer who, she had these long beautiful legs, and she really stood out, and she had this audition come out, and people would bully her because she looked different, basically. And she had this huge audition, and she decided she was going to stand out. She wore a bright yellow leotard while everyone else was wearing a black leotard. And she didn't care. She celebrated being different. She celebrated you know, celebrating her own uniqueness and was happy to stand out. And I think that like really just like shaped me when I was younger, and like, oh, it's okay to be different, it's okay to stand out. Like, and as a young Black girl, like you need that type of like instillment, that type of like encouragement. And so that book just really shaped me as a kid, and I feel like that really like contributed to my confidence today. So just like fun little fact there. So thank God she created that book, because I don't even think books like that existed back then. Like, let's just be honest. And also I feel like this entire like opportunity, the way this worked out, was completely God ordained, because I'm just thinking like, wow, like when I accepted the presidential scholarship in dance at Wake, or like even like deciding to go to Wake, I would have never like known like the opportunities that would come out of going to a university. And I really just followed my heart. Like while everyone else was like wanting to go to the big schools, you know, I was attracted to Wake Forest because it was such a close-knit tight community. It was a smaller school. I knew I could be like that big fish in like a small sea versus like a small fish in a huge sea, you know. And I'm just like so grateful to Wake Forest. You know, if you're like a young person thinking about going to a school, like highly recommend Wake Forest. But again, I think it's like so important, like building relationships as well. Like I was very involved in the dance community at Wake Forest. So I'm like, I feel so grateful to Wake Forest just like putting me in this space, because again, as a young child, like I would have never imagined that I would be moderating a discussion with this legend. So I'm like so giddy. I gotta get ready. I will put all the clips and everything of the discussion, and then actually like after the discussion, IDA, Institute of Fine Arts, the studio that I work at, and my parents' dance studio, they got invited to be like special guests. So they're going to be at the reception. They get like time with my with her as well. So it's just like this incredible event. I'm so excited. So stay tuned. So I'll put those like clips at the end. See how
willingly until doors started to open. Segregation was the way of life. And I had this big audition at the North Carolina School of the Arts. That was the promise of my whole community. And I went there and they used me to demonstrate in the audition. I felt so confident. And after the audition, he told me that I would not be coming because my body wasn't right and that I should go into something else. The dance wasn't for me. This was a shock, and as a young girl, it set me back. But my mom kept me on track. She threatened me a few times. She got me back on track. But years later, when Dr. Angela heard the story in my interview, she was not having it. She got on the board of that university. She changed everything. And it was that kind of activism that we all have to know. We have to stand up for our children, especially. We have to stand up. One voice can make a difference. Without fear, always with purpose. Purpose will give you the courage.
Ms. Allen, we have so many young artists in the audience today. What advice would you give these young creatives who dream of achieving a successful career in the arts?
I would say master something. If you master one aspect of the arts, it will lead to other things. For me, it was the dance that led me to acting, that led me to singing, that led me to choreography, then directing, now producing. Master something, because you can't come in and just be cute. It doesn't work very long. You have to have some skill. So what is your skill set? Are you an actor? Are you a dancer? Are you a writer? So really educate yourself and be curious. The moment you lose your curiosity, then that's it. At this ripe old age of 73, there's so much I have to learn. There's so many things I want to learn. there's still things I aspire to achieve.
So you are so multifaceted. I'm curious, how do your artistic avenues and like choreography, directing, producing, like how do those each experiences complement and enhance you as an artist?
Well, they all kind of go together. I mean, coming out of the world of dance, it defined my sensibility as a director. Movement. I mean, that's what, film is, motion. And, well, let's go back further. My literacy at Howard University, I was a classics minor. So I was studying, Aeschylus, Sophocles. I was studying the masters. I was even translating from Greek. There were only
Okay guys, here's a sneak peek of what the reception dinner looked like. Our studio was invited to this reception dinner and it was a huge honor. It was so funny because Debbie Allen asked, let me see what you got with the girls, and they were doing turns and jumps and tap moves, and it was literally the best time ever, and she just loved engaging with them, and she's just such an amazing person.
It's so exciting to have Debbie Allen as our Maya Angelou Artist in Residence Award recipient. She's such an incredible woman, and she's extremely compassionate, and I think she's like the perfect recipient and like represents everything that Maya Angelou represents as well. I had the privilege of being able to moderate the conversation with Debbie Allen as she received her award, and I will cherish that moment for my entire life. She just had so much to give to us, so many nuggets of wisdom. I just got to take Debbie Allen's class, and it was incredible. Like, she worked as hard. I was in there sweating, dancing my heart out. But she just has the best energy. She poured into us.
Alright guys, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you comment your thoughts. I will see you next time. Bye.